Mike Bloomberg isn't just running for president, he's working to strip Americans of their natural rights. He's already announced he will be spending at least $1 billion to defeat Donald Trump, even if he is not the nominee. And now Bloomberg's anti-gun groups announced they are prepared to spend at least $60 million to fundamentally transform America. Here's what they're up to. Mike Bloomberg will almost certainly never be president of the United States. He is far too interested in stripping Americans of their rights and freedoms to ever win over a majority of anyone. But that isn't stopping the soda-banning former New York City mayor of spending $1 billion to try. It shows that even wealthy liberal mayors can waste billions of dollars too. But, while he may never be president, the Napoleonic Bloomberg has already caused millions of Americans to lose their constitutional rights through passage of unconstitutional gun-grabbing schemes in places as different as New York, California, and Virginia. And now Bloomberg has set his sights and his money on the federal government. Not content with just running his money-hemorrhaging presidential campaign, the narcissistic billionaire is now pledging $60 million to attempt to buy a number of congressional elections across the country to further push his anti-constitution agenda of obliterating the Second Amendment while doing more damage to the First and Fourth Amendments along the way. According to the anti-gun Washington Post, the political arm of Everytown for Gun Safety, a group co-founded by Republican-turned-Democrat Bloomberg, plans to spend $60 million this year to defeat President Trump and any other politicians who have resisted new gun regulations. This announcement to double their 2018 spending comes as the National Rifle Association struggles with a leadership crisis due to their penchant for compromising on gun rights. Fortunately, no compromise, and effective groups such as the National Association for Gun Rights have stepped into the void left by the once powerful NRA, but the odds are not in their favor right now. "We have millions of supporters, and we are going to seize the moment," said Shannon Watts, another co-founder of Everytown who runs its even more radical grassroots activist arm Moms Demand Action. "We are going to compete at every level." Everytown spokesmen have said the $60 million will be targeted broadly to include organizing, paid advertising, and voter registration in a large number of contests, including U.S. House and Senate contests and the presidential campaign. A memo released by Everytown laying out plans for the spending names two Republican senators, Cory Gardner, CO, and Martha McSally, Oz, as targets for defeat in 2020. And Bloomberg himself said, in 2020, about 7 or 8 swing states will decide the election. And I can just tell you that Everytown, Moms Demand Action, Students Demand Action, and my super PAC, Independence USA, are going to launch the most massive effort on gun safety that our country has ever seen, and we are going to win races up and down the ballot. This is certainly going to be a list of groups to watch and counter in this important election year as Americans decide between socialism and freedom. Share this. Like loading. Related, let's block ads. Why?